Hello and welcome back to Geek Mania. This is our second tutorial on getting started with Python. I am your host Hamza Mania. So, yesterday we downloaded Python and we invoked it from the Python interpreter from the installation path of Python, and there was a output hello world from there. However, like since you will be using Python from various different places, so it is recommended that you add it to your environment variables. In order to do this, go in the properties of your system and go in advanced properties and environment variables. Here you will see the two sections. One is your user section and one is your system variables. User section is specific to your user profile. In my case, it is Mania. And system is a system-wide environment for all users of this system. Since Python will be used by many different users, if this is a public computer or even if it is your public personal computer, it does not matter. I would recommend to place it in the path variable of your system. Here I placed my Python installation path in this path variable. What would this mean for the system? Now you should be able to invoke the same Python script from any place in the system. In this case, basically I am invoking it from our getting started with Python folder where I will place all my demo scripts for the purpose of this series. And here you can see the output is the same. So with simply including the Python in your system variables, you can see the convenience. I can invoke Python from anywhere in the system. So just for the purpose of demo, I will show you the structure of my repository. Currently, we only have one script which is called hello world.py. As promised yesterday, now I will elaborate how this hello world.py is structured. So as you can see, I have highlighted the different sections of the script over here. Not all the sections of this script are necessary. However, I want you guys to start with a well-structured approach. Therefore, I placed the different sections for the purpose of elaboration here and also to get you started with the structured script. So the first section that I highlighted over here is a static line. Basically, you will see this line in every Python script. However, this is not really necessary. It is only necessary when you create an executable out of this Python script and invoke it from some other script or the command line directly. This will tell the system that this is a Python script. However, even though it is not necessary, in most cases, I would still recommend that you have a uniform structure and you always use this static line of code in your script. The next section is not really a dedicated section for comments. Comments are actually scattered all over your codes. They elaborate your code, different segments of the code, and they go hand in hand with these sections of the code. But for the sake of illustration, I placed a dedicated section on comments. Here, there are two types of comments. Firstly, there is a single line comment. This is simply written by putting a hash followed by the comment. This is a single comment. However, we have uh, experience in practice that often there is a need for multi-line comments, probably because the comment does not feed the readability window of the user. In this case, it is a good idea to have a multi-line comment. This can be done by opening the multi-line comment with three single quotes, writing the comment, and then terminating the multi-line command by another set of three single quotes. Whatever is between these two sets of three single quotes will not be interpreted by the Python interpreter and will be treated as a command. You will see how important multi-line comments are in later tutorials. The third section is the import section. Here, even though I don't need the exit function which I invoked here, I will come to that in some minutes. For the purpose of illustration, I imported the exit function from the system library. There are two ways to import functions from different scripts or libraries. Either you can import the whole script, which is import exit. I'm sorry, import system. System is the library, so import sys. Sys is the system library in Python. And you can also import a particular function from a library. From sys import exit. And then in this case, you will be able to invoke the exit function from the system library directly from your Python script. The fourth section is the local function define section. Here I defined a function, local underscore function, and simply the body of this function is pass. Pass in Python means do nothing and just terminate here. So I will come to what functions are needed for in the next tutorials, and just for the purpose of illustration and explaining the structure of the script, I placed this local function which does nothing in this script. It is neither doing anything nor is it invoked from the main body of the program. I will come to that in some minutes. Now for the next section. This is simply a if condition. If underscore underscore name equals to underscore underscore main underscore underscore. This is a check if this is a main script. What is a main script? A main script is the script that is parameterized by the user from the command line. In this case, hello world.py is a main script. This will be important when we use multiple files or we use libraries which are accompanied by a demo code. So we will get into this and learn the importance of this line of code in the coming tutorials. So in this case, our Python script hello world.py is the main script. Therefore, this section of the code will be executed. I will quickly explain what the purpose of this line of code is, even though it might only be clear to you in the coming tutorials. So there are several different libraries that are included at times in your customized Python script. In this case, we have imported the exit function from the system library. And the system library in this case might have its own demo code. And the demo code is usually placed in the main section of the script. And if you include this library from another Python script, you don't want this demo code to execute. Therefore, you place a condition in your script if and only if this is the main script which was parameterized or invoked by the user from the CLI, only then execute this following section of the code. So the next section of the code is the main body of the script. Here I print hello world and exit, and this is what the Python script is doing, uh, invoking printing hello world and exiting, even though the exit here is not necessary, but I'm just invoking it for the purpose of elaboration. Now, I have also highlighted this particular character. This is called the tab character. In Python, it is important to specify the same indentation. The indentation acts as a scope limiting character in Python. Unlike other languages where brackets are often used to limit the scope of a particular function or particular segment of the code, here in Python we use indentation. Therefore, it is important that if a particular segment of the code falls into the scope of uh, of falls under the same scope, therefore the indentation should be the same. However, the tab character is not cross-platform compatible. So therefore, it is recommended to use four spaces instead of tabs. For white spaces are always cross-platform compatible. Therefore, I have replaced the tabs in this case with four white spaces. You can also set this in your preferences. By the way, I'm using Notepad++. This is one of the basic editors that is used by the programmers worldwide. In order to set the preference in the preferences in editing, in tab settings, I click on this line, replace space by tabs. If I uncheck this, there will be tabs inserted in every next line of code. However, as I explained, we like to use spaces instead of tabs. Now I explained earlier that the exit function is not really used, so I already removed this from this Python script. And just to show that this function is not doing anything here, I will simply place this line of code here, and you will see the output is exactly the same. If I um, remove the pass from here and instead paste hello world here, I will see that the output is hello world, once from the main body of the code and once from this function that is invoked over here. If I remove this print from here again, the script will print hello world just once from the body of this function here. And if I don't do anything from this function, simply there will be no output from the Python script. I hope that we are getting forward with our journey on Python and you like the tutorial. If you do, please press like and subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you.